If you have a passion for makeup and you're looking to turn that passion into your dream career and you just have no idea where to start, then you're in the right place. Hi, my name is Katie and I have been a professional makeup artist for over 8 years and I am here to help you start your journey. So let's think about why you want to become a makeup artist. Personally, I love being a makeup artist because I have so much creative freedom, and because I'm self-employed it means I have personal freedom as well, which means I can pick and choose my own working hours. And there's also just so much flexibility within your career. It's totally up to you what kind of avenue you want to go down. I would definitely say the income of being a makeup artist is very, very good as well. It very much depends on the kind of avenue you want to go down and how hard you push. If you sort of limit yourself to just weekend appointments, then the income can be a little bit unsteady. But overall, like, the position that I'm in now is a position that I never thought that I would ever be in. Like, there's no limits when it comes to this job. I started off when I was 17. I'm 25 now, so yeah, it's been 8 years. And I literally just started off by doing makeup in my bedroom. It was around the time that like Kylie Cosmetics and stuff started to get really big and like KKW Beauty was viral, and that was when contouring was really, really new to just like your ordinary person. But as I was starting to experiment, I was just fascinated with the way that you could completely change your face and your facial structure just by using makeup. I've always been quite like an insecure person, so I feel like that's why I was like very drawn to it, because I could almost mask myself. And then that just sort of blossomed into me just literally practicing on myself every single night, every single day, practicing on my sister, my mum, family. When I could get my hands on, I wanted to do their makeup. I was doing journalism at college. I did enjoy it, but I just couldn't see myself doing anything with it. Then I went on to do level 2 makeup and hair at college. During that time, I made sure that I was focusing on getting as much practicing as possible on other people, because it's all well and good being able to do your own makeup, but doing someone else's makeup is completely different. I was also working part-time at McDonald's, so whenever I had any bookings on a weekend and I was working, I was taking time off at work, so I was getting holiday pay. And in that year, I'd managed to build up quite a lot of clients. By the time my level 2 had ended, I just went self-employed at 17 and here we are. I have done this completely on my own. I've not done any one-to-ones, I've not done any marketing business courses. Everything that I have learned has been through trial and error, which is why I feel like I have the best advice, because I've had to do everything on my own. I also just feel like being a makeup artist is just such an exciting job. If you are a creative person or if you're just very like beauty orientated, it is so fun. It truly is like one of the funnest jobs in the world. I've met so many exciting people, done so many exciting jobs, like had my work in makeup stores. It's just the best feeling ever. So really think about why you want to be a makeup artist. Maybe write down like 2 or 3 reasons why. And even though I said the income is good, just try to make sure that you are not money motivated, because this is not a job where you can make so much money overnight. It's a very, very long process. Now you've thought about why you want to be a makeup artist, now you need to figure out how you're going to master those techniques to get you into the first stage of your makeup career. That could be practicing on family, practicing on friends, practicing on yourself. At this point, it's simply just getting used to doing makeup on other people rather than just doing it on yourself. But if you have no one to practice on, then do it on yourself, because doing it on yourself is better than not doing it on anyone. I genuinely cannot stress enough how important it is to practice all the time. Like I said, I have not done any one-to-one lessons or anything. Even now, 8 years in, I still do models every single week to keep on top of trends, to trial out new techniques that I might have seen online. You know, it's very important that you are constantly learning and constantly growing as a makeup artist. Get as much practice in now as you can. It's also important that you're researching how to do other skin tones outside of your own. When I was learning, I was making sure that I was confident that I had the correct kit to do deep skin tones, and learning about different undertones and the colour theory behind it and how to correct like under eyes and stuff like that. So looking into like the theory of makeup is really important at this stage as well, because you will realise that you learn most of your mistakes when you're doing something that you maybe just not used to, because you don't have that experience. So it's really important that you do that research and get clued up on the theory of makeup as well. I do have a beginner's guide to being a makeup artist on my website, so you can literally just learn like all the colour theory and different skin tones and stuff on there for like $9.99, so that could be worth looking into as well. You could even join the membership that I offer, which covers literally like everything. Every week there's something new to learn, whether it's a tutorial, a mini tip, a talking video like this of me explaining like different business techniques and stuff like that, and social media. So there's a couple of different options that you can do. I would also just kind of like get used to the different trends that come in and out. If you're part of the younger generation, then you will naturally see this on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You will understand the different like products and techniques that come into trend, whereas if you're someone who's been doing makeup for like 10 plus years and you sort of just like wanting to get back into it and starting to rebuild your business, it can be really difficult because things have changed so much. So if you aren't really used to like the different trends and things like that, then have a look at relevant makeup artists that are already out there and take some inspiration from their pages. Really study the techniques that they're using and why they're doing these techniques as well. If you're struggling to know what to put inside your makeup kit, it can be really hard because there's such a broad spectrum of products. But try not to feel like too intimidated by how many products there is out there, and don't feel like you need to spend loads of money as well. There's so many drugstore products out there that are just as good as high-end makeup. I would be starting off looking on TikTok and YouTube and finding out what the best dupes are, like the best affordable products that you can buy. Have a look at other makeup artists' TikToks as well, because those kind of videos are like a little bit of a trend, like recommending affordable products in the drugstore. Have a look out for videos like that for recommendations. I personally love Revolution, I love L'Oreal, I love Rimmel, Maybelline, like they're all so good. And don't feel like you need every single shade of foundation as well. This is why it's so important that you get to know the colour theory, because it's going to save you money. You're able to then mix different shades together and understand what you're mixing and why. Because soft glam's more in these days rather than like really heavy glam, you don't need loads of different makeup palettes as well. All of like the big TikTok brands are really good to buy from because one, their products are really affordable, and two, they are really good as well. Made by Mitchell is one of my favourite brands. For example, the curve cases, you could just get light, medium and dark and get them for like 60 quid if that, and you're covered for your contour and blush just with those 3 palettes. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. Honestly, there's so many amazing cheaper brands out there now. I recommend doing your research as well, just on like hygiene practices. It's really important that you are able to stay safe when you are doing makeup application. I love all of the IsoClean products. I use the brush cleaner, the sponge cleaner and the surface spray. The brush cleaner is the main one, to be honest. You need to be sanitising your brushes between every single use to make sure that you're not spreading any viruses or infections or anything like that. Same with your sponges as well. You need to be cleaning your sponges between every single client. You want to be using disposable ones and spoolies on products that would touch the face. And again, if that's something that you want to look into now, then that is also available on the Beginner's Guide to Makeup on my website. And then you want to start creating your portfolio. So your portfolio is basically just like your Instagram, your socials, anywhere that you want to showcase your work. So it could be worth looking at different makeup artist pages that you like and seeing how they're taking the photos. Most likely their background is clear, the lighting is very bright and clean, and the models are very made up with like the hair, the outfit, the accessories. It's not just about the makeup, and this is something that you will learn along the way. When I used to post client photos and they were in like hoodies and you know the hair were all in rollers and I had loads of mess in the background, my pictures and the makeup were just not standing out like they should be. When I decided to switch up my content and start having a clear background and bright lighting like what you're seeing now, it made such a difference. That really does just come with time. Like, you get more of an eye for detail the further you go into the career. But it's very important because when your clients are looking for a makeup artist, this is the first thing that they're going to see. The work that's on your profile is their first impressions of your page. You could even collaborate with a photographer or a videographer, and if there's anyone that you like the look of, give them a message, ask them if they'd be up to collaborate, and that could be a really good way for you to get that really nice professional content. When you're finally at a point where you feel like, yeah, you're ready to start taking clients, you need to be thinking about different ways that you can advertise. So of course, the main way to advertise is through social media. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook are the main three that people advertise on. People tend to forget about Facebook a lot. Having Instagram and Facebook linked will grow your discoverability a lot. I would say the best way that I grew in the beginning was through Facebook, just posting in community groups, like letting people in the area know that I'm available to book. A lot of people will actually just ask in the community groups, like, is there anyone available to do my makeup at the weekend? And that's when you can go and promote your business. Reels and TikToks are the ones that are going to get you followers if you're posting videos that are really trendy and have got a trending audio and like are very aesthetically put together. But just remember that followers doesn't always translate into clients, and at the beginning of your journey, you need to focus on clients rather than followers. So don't be disheartened if it takes a while to build your page, because it's not just about followers. I would potentially even offer a discounted rate for the first 6 months. So you could call this like an introductory offer where you give maybe like 20-30% off the full price to anyone who wants to book in those 6 months. I started off charging literally £10. Wouldn't really recommend £10 now because inflation, but you want to sort of charge like a cheaper amount to kind of draw people in, because as well, people might struggle to trust a beginner MUA in the beginning, especially for such a big occasion like a birthday or a wedding or something like that. So being able to charge a discounted rate, it gives people, it sort of communicates to people that, you know, that you are a beginner, you might make a couple of mistakes, it might not be perfect, and, you know, but at the same time, it's probably better than what they can do on themselves. So what have they got to lose, sort of thing. And those clients are genuinely the ones that stick with you till the very end. Like, I've got clients who were literally sat on my bedroom floor 8 years ago who still come to me every single year religiously for the birthdays. Just sort of building those relationships with your clients and, you know, building that trust with people. And it's just a good way for you to just show like you're following and, you know, people that are seeing your page that you are a working makeup artist and you do have clients. If you're going self-employed, you do need to set up your tax and your insurance. You just want to go on the government website and find the page where you can become a sole trader. Each year in January, you're going to pay your tax bill. You only pay tax on anything over 12.5 grand a year. Of course, you will have your expenses and stuff, so most likely in your first or second year you won't pay any tax, but it's still important that you do your self-assessment, especially if you go to like get a mortgage. Good to know that you've got your books there and you've got a history of being self-employed. For your insurance, you want to go on Salon Gold. It's super cheap. It's like £40 a year to insure yourself as a makeup artist, and you just fill out a form and you're literally good to go. You do need to be insured, because if someone has a reaction or they catch a virus or an infection or anything like that, or they're injured in your space, then you would be liable. So it's just good to have it there just in case. I mean, touch wood, I've never had anything happen in the last 8 years. It's a very low risk service, but it's still really good to have there, especially if like your makeup gets stolen or anything like that. You're covered for a lot of things. And just being really kind to yourself as well. I mean, it's such a journey. Being a makeup artist, it's really not easy. I'm very grateful that I'm at a point now where, you know, I've built up my clients. I'm not doing clients anymore. I'm doing education and I'm able to share these tips with you. So you just need to stay motivated. You need to stay consistent and try not to compare your journey to other people. There's always going to be people that are doing better than you, but you know, everyone's on their own journey. There's going to be people that are bigger than me, that are making more money than me, that have more students than me, that have more clients than me. There's always someone that's like going to have more experience than you. You just can't rush your journey. My biggest advice would be to just do something every single day that's going to get you closer to your goals. And I know that sounds quite cheesy and quite cliche, but it is so true. I think a lot of people get overwhelmed when they have a lot of different tasks to do. So they might have a logo to do, a website to do, they might need to start buying makeup, Instead of feeling overwhelmed by all of those different tasks, choose one little thing from each task to do a day. It doesn't have to be out big. It could be just going to buy a foundation or starting on a logo or doing one post to Instagram. As long as you're consistently doing something every day that's going to improve your business, you will grow so much. So many people, they start and they get overwhelmed and then they quit or they don't post for months. It can be really hard to keep going when you start and stop. If you're someone who does struggle with motivation, then definitely check out my membership platform, Glam and Growth. It's only £20 a month and you will learn so much stuff on that. I suppose it just keeps you held accountable because I post a makeup look every single week and it's a challenge. But it truly is like such an amazing industry to be in. It's just a long journey, but I'm going to be here to help you. So if you like these sort of videos, then please subscribe and hopefully I will see you in my membership. Instagram is also Katie Forrest MUA if you need any assistance. I'm more than happy to answer DMs if you have any questions or anything.